Huge fan, by the way.
Oh, great! Thank you.
And
You
actually,
watch the show?
I do.
Great.
The first thing I'm actually going to ask you is,
Sure.
I have to say this. I interviewed Guillermo del Toro yesterday, and he gave great love to Better Call Saul. He said he loved what you guys are doing, and what does that mean to you as an actor in general?
I mean, that's such an honor. Guillermo's such an artist, and I've loved virtually everything he's done. You know, because he's unafraid to put his vision out there in all of its hairy glory, right? Maybe it doesn't even make sense, but it's got heart. Heart is all over what he does. So when he goes ahead and says that he likes the show I'm on, you know, I'm over the moon. I can't believe it. And then on a very mercenary level, I go, do you think he'll cast me in his next film?
I think so.
I don't know. It's so funny. It's like you get this great compliment, this like once in a lifetime compliment by an artist, and my very first thought was like, can I get a job out of that? You know, no.
Speaking of that, do you record both voice acting sessions and act at the same time? Does that take like I don't say damage, but that's, you know, I know there's a lot of screams involved in voice acting. Does that affect, like, can you do them at the same time, or you have to split the sessions? Or?
Well, you know, I'm not very well trained. I would say there's people who are much more professional and much better at this than I am, without a doubt. This is my first foray into like a long-form animation. And I made mistakes, you know, throwing it into my throat, yelling and that sort of thing, and not using the mechanism the way that, you know, people are supposed to. But I learned my lesson, which is good. It did not conflict with anything I was working on at the time. It didn't conflict with working on Better Call Saul at the moment as well, so that's good. And I think Wes Gleason is who I worked with. You know, he's the casting director of this, and he was in the booth working with me. And he really helped me. He helped save my voice, which was great.
How does it feel to go from Howard Hamlin to Cyborg Superman?
Well, you know what? I think Howard could use a little Cyborg Superman in him, don't you? Yeah? A little badassery could help him out this season, without a doubt. But you know what? You know, they're two beings that like to be in control, that feel the world slipping away from them, and they are acting accordingly to go ahead and try and right that ship for themselves.
When you did voice acting for Reign of the Superman, do you have a certain ritual, like a warm-up ritual before, or even like, do you think it up in your head what you're gonna do in a take, or does it all come organically and you just go straight into it first cut?
First of all, yeah, you do vocal warm-ups. You do, like, there's acting exercises and vocal warm-ups, those sort of things. All those silly things that you look like an idiot doing, but it really helps save you got to warm yourself up, just like a singer. And in this case, again, I mentioned Wes Gleason because he really helped guide me into the performances. We get to a spot, and then, you know, we'd be doing like 4 or 5 lines in a row, and he's like, okay, that's great, I got the first 2, just go to this third one. Okay, let's do that again, let's back it up, let's do this. And he really directed me. So then we get to a spot, and then he'd be like, all right, do the whole thing right in that pocket, wherever you are. And that's how we get good takes. And after working like that together for a little while, we started to get, you know, a rapport, a feel for like when things, we would both start to figure out, oh, now we're where we need to be, you know. So that was fun, it was very exciting.
And my last question for fans going into the theater, what should they expect out of Cyborg Superman?
Oh, I think you're going to like, I tell you what, he is not going to disappoint. Maybe you think he's evil, but I tell you this, he packs a pretty mean right hook. How about that?
It's awesome. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely. Thank you.